Hello, everyone. Well, mental health, all of us are going through some kind of anxiety, stress for the last couple of years. And that's why we wanted to bring this topic on how Ayurveda can help with mental health. Well, Natalie is joining me live from Australia. She is a yoga as well as teacher as well as a morma specialist. So she's going to be demonstrating simple techniques when Ayurveda uses for mental health like shirodhara. Namaste and thank you so much, Natalie, for joining me.
Thank you so much. I'm really so thrilled to be talking about one of my absolute personal favorite therapies, shirodhara, but I think more specifically mental health this morning because really the last 2 years has shown us more than ever the importance of our mental health, our mental well-being, regardless of anything that's going on in the world. And so I think Ayurveda really offers us so many solutions that are very practical to really help us come back into the body. And when we come back into this place of stillness, back into the body, then healing can occur. So I think mental health is really key to all healing. It's really where we begin.
Okay, so let's just talk specifically about shirodhara, right? Because we want to understand what does it do? How does shirodhara help our nervous system? And we just want to understand the mechanics of basically shirodhara.
Well, I just happen to have the shirodhara pot here. So this is an ancient therapy. It's been in the Ayurvedic practice for thousands of years, and really, it's a combination, you could say, of physical therapy via oil. And this is actually a vessel, a copper vessel. Sometimes they're made out of brass or other metals. And this is held above the client that is lying face up on a specially designed table. And warm herbalized oils are placed in the vessel and allowed to very gently stream down through this opening onto the Ajna chakra and different places on the forehead. And I would say it's a multi-faceted approach with Shirodhara because it's not just about the warm oil and the medicated oils, but also about the very gentle rhythm of the oil on all of these beautiful points through the head, through the temple, through the skull, a little bit like acupuncture. Yeah, most of us in the West understand acupuncture a little bit more than marma, but marma are very similar points in the body that can either pacify or activate our energy and therefore bring a certain amount of stillness or calmness. So the Shirodhara really, the treatment really has a multitude of effects, not just the oil, but the percussion of the oil on all of these points. And so the client is really lying there for around 30 to 40 minutes, depending on, we look at the energy and what's happening in their body. And really you could say it's a passive form of meditation, really allowing this very, sometimes too active mind, particularly over the last couple of years of this stress that we're all feeling collectively, to come to a point of stillness, to come back really to our center through the gentle rhythm of the oil. Did that explain a little bit?
Yeah. I think that's really good. So I think the next step is what type of oils that you use for this procedure. That's number one, and number two is are you going to heat it or not, or what is the? You said 20 minutes, but is it the duration is 20 minutes, and how often can someone should do this particular type of therapy?
Well, Shirodhara is part of a bigger body of therapies, you could say, in Ayurveda called Panchakarma. So it's one of many of the options that we can use, particularly for this, excuse me, Vata constitution. And for many of the people here, you've probably heard the word Vata. Vata is the wind element. And, when we think too much, we have this wind that is out of control. So we want to use something that is very nourishing for this, air-like quality. And so we warm the oils. We warm herbalized oils, and we choose them specifically to what the client is presenting with. So we generally have the oils around body temperature simply because it feels much more comfortable. And we might have these oils mixed with either sesame if you tend to be more vata, so that's if you're really quick like the wind and you need to really pacify that overactive vata. And then for some clients coming in, they might be super hot, quite also fast, because pitta also has a quick quality, but they have more heat. So we want to calm that heat down. That too much heat rising can also give us too active a mind. So we would use oils that are more specific for pitta constitution. So coconut, depending on the climate that we're in, because coconut is cooling. Coconut grows in the tropics, so nature always gives us a clue as to the kind of oils that we're going to use. So hot climate, hot head, coconut oil, maybe mixed in with some other more medicinal oils. Cooler climate, lots of air blowing, vata, we need nourishment, so warming oils, qualities of oils that have more of a gentle heating quality, you would say. And then you asked about the timing, and I think timing is really also key in this therapy, because different constitutions will be able to, can we say, lay more comfortably for a certain amount of time. Vata people tend to really relax once they start to move into that parasympathetic nervous system. They can start to relax, but we need the oil to be a little bit longer flowing through these points. Pitta people, if they're hot and fiery, they may not like to be on the table for more than 20 or 30 minutes. So we adjust the timing of the treatment according to the constitution. That really makes a difference. Otherwise, we can aggravate the very thing that someone came in for.
Okay, so I think that makes sense. And then I think something else. I mean, this is a quick, short, 10-minute, 5-minute interviews that we do, on a daily basis. We are talking about how shirodhara can help calm our nervous system. And I just wanted to mention that there is a solid research that also validates the efficacy of shirodhara. I was just reading, before our interview today. And anything else that you like to add to this before I wrap up the session today?
Well, I think, sometimes it's not always practical to go and have shirodhara, depending on where you might be in the world. But this is something that you can really do as a home practice, just by understanding or maybe reaching out to your local Ayurvedic practitioner and finding what your constitution is, what are the appropriate oils, and simply massaging your own head with these oils, or even a warm washcloth soaked in oil, and just letting it sit on the forehead for 5 or 10 minutes. Because in Ayurveda, they say that our head is like the roots of a tree. So we really want to nourish and almost give an oil, unctuous-like quality to the roots of the tree, so that the tree can be strong and steady. So self-oiling at home, super easy. It can, 5 or 10 minutes, and it will make a remarkable difference.
Well, thank you so much. I think, just keeping our head with hot oil, like you said, and holding it for even once a week helps calm the nervous system. If all of us cannot go to an Ayurvedic physician and get the proper shirodhara done, I think that's a great, great home remedy. Well, thank you so much, Natalie, for being with us. Like I said, this is a quick 10-minute tip that we wanted to bring, how you can calm your nervous system yourself by using simple shirodhara at home remedy. With that, namaste, Natalie, for being with us, and everyone keep supporting us. We are launching a lot of cool programs, so keep supporting us. Thank you. Bye-bye.